at Tromsø airport here in the very north of Norway. If you haven't seen my previous video of how I got here, please do check it out. It was amazing to fly all around the Arctic in the land of the midnight sun, seeing some of the most isolated communities here in the north of Norway. But today it's time to head back home, and first I'm heading south down to Bergen, again with Widerøe, but this time on their newest, shiniest aircraft. Today I'm going to be flying on an Embraer E190-E2. Now, Widerøe have 4 of these aircraft in their fleet at the moment. They haven't had them very long, and they're sending them on routes all over Europe and extending Widerøe's reach all across Europe. Tromsø Airport's located in the far north of Norway, deep inside the Arctic Circle. It opened in 1964 and soon became one of Widerøe's biggest hubs. Today it's home to flights across Europe and served by a number of airlines including Norwegian, SAS, Wizz Air and many more. The terminal opened in 1997 and inside it's really bright and spacious. Once airside, there's a few shops and restaurants all within short walking distance of the gate. Our aircraft today was delivered brand new to Widerøe in April 2018 and was the second E190-E2 ever delivered. Widerøe were the launch customer for the E2, and today they're only one of 2 airlines operating the type, alongside Air Astana in Kazakhstan. Don't forget to check out my review of Air Astana if you haven't checked it out already. It was soon time to board this morning's flight down to Bergen. We commenced boarding via a jet bridge which turned into steps at the end as we boarded the aircraft across the ramp. Now, I don't know about you, but I find the E190-E2 a really good looking aircraft, with those huge engines hanging from the right wing.
Hello.
First impressions of the E190-E2 weren't bad. They still had that new aircraft smell and features 114 seats in a 2+2 configuration.
That one, thank you. What are the odds?
On sitting down, I got a great view of the beautiful raked wingtip on the E190-E2. If the Airbus A220 is a baby Airbus A330, then the E190-E2 is definitely a baby Boeing 787. The seats on this aircraft are really tight indeed. I struggle to get comfortable with the tight seats that they've just got a 29-inch pitch, which is less than Ryanair. I was physically in pain by the end of this flight. This is in stark contrast with other flights I've taken on the older E190, which have been a lot more comfortable, even with low-cost airlines such as Flybe, who still have a lot more legroom than Widerøe's. British Airways, for example, have only 98 seats on their Embraer E190s compared to the 114 here on Widerøe. We started our engines and commenced our taxi to the runway. The E190-E2 definitely makes some incredibly strange sounds while taxiing. Pretty soon we lined up for departure out of Tromsø. Our route today then took us south to Bergen, flying along the Norwegian coast. Flying time today was 1 hour and 46 minutes, at a cruising altitude of 40,000 feet. Once airborne, I was really surprised about how quiet this aircraft was. You can barely hear the engines and it's such a quiet cabin to sit in. Between the seats are power sockets, one for each seat, which is a nice touch, although USB ports would have been a nice addition. Wideroe offer a buy on board service for drinks and snacks, as well as a free tea and coffee service. The prices are fairly reasonable considering that this is Norway, one of the most expensive countries in the world. The service soon started and I just took a coffee which came with a nice Wideroe chocolate. The E190-E2 has a range of over 2,600 miles, allowing Wideroe to be able to fly them anywhere in Europe, North Africa or even as far as the Middle East. These flights could be up to 5 hours long though, which for me would be totally unbearable with the seat pitch. Wideroe claim that a flight from Tromsø to Bergen on the E190-E2 results in 60% fewer carbon emissions than driving in a car, which is pretty incredible when you think about it. We soon commenced our descent down into Bergen. Like much of Norway, Bergen's a beautiful airport to land into as you descend over the island into Flesland Airport. We touched down right on schedule. I had mixed feelings about the E190-E2. On the one hand, this aircraft is lovely and quiet, and environmentally it's one of the greenest aircraft around. This is let down a lot though by the tight seats. The seats were really uncomfortable and Wideroe really do cram them in on the E190-E2. It's such a shame as Wideroe have a well-deserved reputation of being an excellent regional airline with their Dash 8s, and with them going for the highest density configuration, it's clear that their sights are aimed more at filling as many seats as possible for cheap flights rather than comfortable regional flights.
Thank you, had it.
The E190-E2's marketing name is the Profit Hunter, rather than the Comfort Hunter, which is something that Wideroe appear to have taken to heart. With the quietness and smoothness of the E190-E2, this could be a really lovely aircraft to fly on, if only there were a little more room. I'd love to try some different airlines' E190-E2s as more get delivered, and try to get a more comfortable ride on board. In the meantime, with Wideroe, I'll be choosing their Q400 over the E190-E2 for now. The Q400 may be noisier, but it is a lot more comfy on board with a lot more legroom too. What do you think to the E190-E2? Would you fly on this aircraft for the longer flights across Europe? Let me know down in the comments below. But in the meantime, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time here on In-Flight Video.